Yo, what's up, family? This is Agree to Disagree TV. This is your host, King Arthur. Sorry for the delay, family. Had a couple technical difficulties backstage, but we are here. We ready to roll. Today, I have an incredible guest, an everyday hero, Michelle Blackwood. She is a wellness advocate. She is a health coach. And she's also a raw plant-based chef, family. So whether you need a recipe, whether you need wellness advice on how to cure disease, whether you need just health coaching all around in general, this is the person to talk to. Michelle Blackwood. Let me bring her on so she can introduce herself.
Hi everyone. Can you hear me, Arthur? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. How you doing this evening?
I am doing great, super great. I'm doing fine. Hi everyone. Nice to meet you all. Thank you all for joining. And thank you so much, King Arthur, for hosting me. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Man, thank you for joining the show. It's an honor and a privilege to be able to have a conversation with you. So, I have here wrote down that you're from Hopewell, Handover, Jamaica. Did I say that correctly, or is that two different? Is
it's
that
good
two
enough.
cities in one?
Hopewell is the small town in the parish of Hanover, and that's in the western part of Jamaica. A lot of people are used to Montego Bay. It's 10 miles west of Montego Bay. So, yes, if you've ever been
Okay.
to Jamaica, you have to pass my house to get to Negril. Negril.
Yeah,
So,
Jamaica's definitely always been on my bucket list. Definitely need to make it out there. I know the fruit out there is amazing. I'm pretty sure.
amazing, amazing. Mostly organic, freshly sun ripened fruits. Amazing stuff. Especially if you go during the summertime when there's all those tropical fruits, the mangoes is like amazing. Yes.
I can
Yeah.
taste them now. I can taste it right now. All right, so let's get into your story a little bit. So, what led you? So, first off, do you consider yourself vegan, raw, plant based? Like, what do you consider yourself?
Okay, so I am plant based. So I've been plant based for 27 years. And so that's my main. But over the years, I've had to go to raw because of health issues. I've done juicing for health issues, near death experiences. Juicing really has helped me. So, but overall, I'm plant based. Yes, plant based. 27
Okay,
years,
so
I have not touched meat, dairy, nothing from the animal for 27 years.
man, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So let's talk about the transition. So you wasn't always raw plant based, am I correct?
Nope,
Okay, so
nope.
what?
And I'm not
So
still 100% Arthur, raw plant based. I eat mostly raw, but I still eat. I just have cut down the amount of times like I eat cooked food. I try to start, like when I'm not juicing, only juicing, and I do these 5 day juice challenge. Sometimes I go even 20 days, 15 days, whatever. But when I'm not doing 100% juicing or raw food, I do a combination. So I try to eat one cooked meal and the rest would be juicing. And that cooked meal will also have lots of vegetables or a salad. So that's my primary diet. Um, I don't go long term. Because you know why? For me personally, not that I'm knocking anyone, I wanted it to be more like a lifestyle where I can teach people how they can maintain on a plant-based diet. Because personally, for me, when I was younger, it was easy for me to maintain. But as I got older and I been going through like menopause and all that, I found that it was so difficult to for the weight to come off. I had that, and even though I'm plant-based, as a matter of fact, a lot of people think that most people when they're plant-based, they're gonna be skinny, emaciated looking. No, it's not the case for all people who are plant-based, especially if you're someone like me who is I'm a foodie. I love food and I'm also a comfort eater. So I eat plant-based food and I loved carbs. And I had to retrain myself to say, that's what's causing the problem for me. And I needed to learn now how to retrain myself, eat less carbs, and do great the substitutions of eating higher protein plant-based meals with vegetables and fruit. And eating, if it's a carb, it's going to be complex, never any refined stuff like that. That's not good for anyone, period.
R- Right. Okay. That's a good transition. How did you transition into the lifestyle? What did that look like? Were you having health complications? What started
Okay,
the
so
journey?
originally when I did start, it was more when I came here to the USA and I met my husband, and he said when he was younger, he was more gearing towards like a Rastafarian lifestyle. And for me, he we just started studying together. We studied
But was
and
there anything? But was not to cut your wisdom? Was there anything that led to it though? Was you having like any health complications,
I
anything like
had
that?
health complications a little later, but at first we started because I'm a Christian, and we both started studying more of the Bible, and we saw that the original diet for man was actually plants. Man was never, allowed to eat. It was not, it was later on because of the flood and because of sin happening. That's why man was allowed to eat meat, but it was not every meat. It was only the clean meat. So as we started studying, we wanted to get back to basic, because if that was not allowed, we can see that a lot of the illnesses that plague humanity was a result of diet, what they consumed. And then we started studying people like who are in the blue zones, and we realized that the people who ate plants, they lived longer, and not the fact that they live longer, but they were stronger. They weren't like in their 90s and on a bunch of medication and being crippled or in a lot of pain, arthritis. They were strong in 90s, 100. They were moving around and being independent. And that's what I wanted. Then I started having health issues. I've had many health issues. First one was carpal tunnel syndrome I had, and I realized, okay, we needed to do something. So I took on juicing. So this is going back 20, maybe 20, probably 25 years ago, and I had the carpal tunnel syndrome. I got the first steroid shot, didn't like it. The pain came back. The second steroid shot, the pain came back. And when I was to go for the third, I said, no, no, there's no way I'm going for that painful shot. It does not work. I'm going to do juicing. I did the juicing and it disappeared, never returned. Never had any issues ever after that. And I've known people who have ended up doing surgery and all that, nothing. I walked away from that. And then later on, let me fast forward, when I was having my son, I ended up having to have a C-section because I was 2 weeks late, and they encouraged me to have a C-section, and they nicked my intestines in two places. And basically, I was in a coma for 5 days, spent almost a month in the hospital, and they had me pretty much sent home to die. And when I went home, my friends came and juiced around the clock. And within 6 weeks, I'd recovered, gone back. No time, I was driving again, and the doctors could not believe how quickly I healed. And that was when again I saw the power of juicing. And I knew too, as I was getting older, anytime that I said I decided, okay, I'm gonna do weight loss, if I kept eating the way I eat, with a high carb fruit, and I did not go on a juice program, the weight would not shift. It just sit there like crazy. It just sit. I might lose a little, but the minute I eat, you'd say regular food, it just stays on. And I realized there were other women, especially women in their 40s and up, that are going through the same thing like me. They will go to the gym for 6 months straight and they don't lose weight or very little. And it's so frustrating. And I realized I can help these women. So
With
came
juicing,
January, pardon me?
with juicing.
With juicing. And how did I have done where I was exercising for about 2 years straight. Every morning I get up, jumping up, exercising. The weight kept coming on. And once I ate regular, and it's when I decided I wanted to I wanted to juice. I did not have the mental capacity because you have to make up your mind. And in January, the 1st of January, I got a call that really rocked my world, that my brother passed away. And he was the brother who had built Healthier Steps, the website. And he was the one that was handling the tech. And when I got that call, I lost all my appetite. And it's like a voice said to me, Michelle, this is time for you to fast. This is it. Going fasting. And literally, I just started juicing because I had no appetite. Like, it was gone. I was in shock because I was like, how am I going to navigate this? This is the first of the year. What am I going to do? How am I going to navigate losing my brother, not knowing how to handle this website? I've never done anything on the website because my brother handled all that. And day 3 of it, the website, and this happening on day 3, I started getting tons messages, emails that people cannot print the recipes on my site. And it was like overwhelming. And I literally was like in bed and I was like, what do I do? Keep juicing.
So you started juicing when you got out of the hospital because you
Yes.
said that you were in there for a C-section and they punctured
Yes.
something.
Yes.
So that's when you started juicing. So when did you have the idea to start uh making your own juice? That was
Okay.
how long from when you got out the hospital did you start making your own juice to heal
Immediately.
people?
Immediate. I mean, to heal people, I've always done juicing. Like that time, it would be when I went public, it was a year and a half later on that I went on the website. Like I started my website.
Okay,
And it
so that was
was
a year and a half later.
later because I didn't know anything much about website was still new and all that. So it would be a year and a half later when I said I wanted to be online, do a website, and that I told my testimony about how juicing really saved my life. And the first article I wrote that was around, I think it was 2011. It was the benefits of juicing fruits and vegetables. And that brought me so much traffic because I talk about how it's healing on the body, how it's, beneficial to drink fruits. And I knew the power of juicing and I'll do it on and off over the years. But it was this year when I got really like more serious. Like, this is the path that I want to go more after I saw how it helped me navigate grief, stress. It
Okay.
really helped me to navigate. I didn't know because guess what? When you are going through stress, your body is in flight and fight mode. Your heart is racing. Everything is in overdrive. And when you eat, it's like eating takes up a lot of energy as well. So you're really just putting your body in a state where your mind is cloudy. You're feeling more like awful. At that time, when you're going through any kind of stress, it's better to stop eating, like literally go in fasting mode. I'm not saying forever, but even if it's temporarily, because you don't want your organs of digestion to be overworked. You want to be able to think straight, think clear, and make more constructive decisions that are going to benefit you in the long run. And you don't want to work on emotion and make decisions based on just how you're feeling in the moment.
Right, right. That makes sense. So, having said that, what would be some tips on avoiding dis-ease and embracing this holistic, lifestyle, what would be some tips if someone is suffering from like high blood pressure is a good one because a lot of people have high blood pressure and
Okay.
diabetes. I meant diabetes, so
And
they feel like they can't, get off the insulin or get off the meat or whatnot. So what would be your tip to somebody dealing with diabetes and how can they heal themselves?
okay, since you said high blood pressure, I want to start about high blood pressure. When I think about high blood pressure, you think about the stress, you think about the diastolic, you think about the systolic, you think about the heart racing, you think about the fact that your everything is constricted and that more oxygen needs to get to the brain. So you think about the fact that people need to exercise and they need to eat foods that will aid the body in lowering the blood pressure. So I'm thinking more like eating like and juicing like celery, eating beets, foods that are that are rich in nitric oxides, your leafy greens, your are you still here with me, Arthur? Or
Yes,
you're
I'm
gone?
with you. I'm
Okay,
with you.
because I'm not seeing you. I'm
You got
thinking,
you got the
yeah.
spotlight.
Okay, I'm thinking about first and foremost, you have to move your body, especially for your diastolic, like to bring it down. You're thinking about your kidneys. You're thinking about how to aid it by exercising, moving the body, by drinking enough liquid. So the juices, drinking water, hydrating the body to open up the arteries. And then, like I said, the foods that are high in nitric oxides, the food that are great for the heart, the pomegranate, the beet, the leafy green vegetables. You're doing anti-inflammatory food, your turmeric, your ginger. Those are excellent. And so eating foods that are high in phytonutrients, that are high in minerals and vitamins. That's what you're focusing on more. And a lot of us do not eat enough fruits and vegetables. The CDC, they recommend that we eat about 5 a day. Most people aren't. They thinking of ketchup as a fruit. It's not, because the ketchup has been processed and it contains a lot of sugar. So you're trying to remove processed foods from your diet and eat a lot of foods that are high in nutrients. And one of the ways that I love to do that is to juice. The reason why I love to juice because I know I am flooding my body with nutrients. It's like the best form of supplementation is drinking the juice, because you're not going to sit down and eat a 5 pound bag of carrots, but you can juice it and drink it. Or you're not going to eat a whole thing of lettuce and romaine lettuce and kale, but if you juice it, especially people who don't like to eat vegetables, they don't like eating vegetables, juice them. It changes the world because it tastes so different when you juice them. So juice your greens. And also, the minute you start doing that, you'll find that your appetite and your taste buds for processed foods diminish. And as you do that as well, you'll find that yes, juice has fiber. Even when you're juicing, you're getting soluble fiber, which is great for gut microbiomes and building healthy gut. So, guess what? When you're juicing, you are then juicing. We follow what they call an 80-20 rule, where you're doing 80% more of your vegetables and then 20% of fruits. For some people, they can literally drink the green juice and they just put lemon in it and they're fine. Lemon, celery, cucumber, and their green leafy vegetables, and they're fine. For some of us, we might need to add a green apple, we might need to add a little pineapple, or if you're diabetic, stick with the berries and stick with the green apples. And you do that with your green leafy vegetables and the cucumber and the celery. And you can do parsley for your kidneys, and you can then do cilantro, which is good for reducing heavy metal from the body. You'll find a juice blend like that will not raise your blood glucose levels. And like I said, you can literally leave out the fruit and just drink the green juice and just monitor your blood glucose levels. Also, when you're eating, make sure you're eating enough protein, because the protein will help your body not to have those cravings as well. A lot of people, they're bored, so they end up eating a lot of junk food. And I find that a lot of people are diabetics, they're least compliant. They literally, you'll see them eating donuts and you're like, you know, you're not supposed to eat a donut. Why are you eating it? They're so non-compliant. And then you give them a piece of fruit and they're like, no, 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 I'm not supposed to have fruit. I'm supposed to have one fruit a day. But maybe if you were to cut out all those processed foods and focus on nutrient dense foods, then you'll find that you don't have those spikes like you normally do. But they're always like, oh yeah, fruit is not the enemy. They act like fruit
Right.
is the enemy. It's not. You can eat
Right.
berries. You can eat low fruits that are low on the glycemic index. You can do lemon. You can use avocado, tomato, cucumber. Those are fruits.
Right. So having said that, guys, you see that Michelle, again, if you guys are just now joining us, I have Michelle Blackwood, a wellness advocate, a health coach, and a um raw plant-based chef. So as you can see, she's very knowledgeable. And as you can see on the bottom of the screen, guys, healthier steps challenge.memberkitchens.com. And what that is a it's a subscription based membership that she offers. And inside of that membership, guys, for one, you have a 5-day juice challenge. So all the things she's talking about as far as the juice, you will have that inside of the membership. You have tons of recipes, tons of meal plans. It's just overloaded with just value, with meals, recipes, juices, the whole nine. So, having said that, you have a 5-day juice challenge that's coming up on December 15th, correct?
Correct. For
All
five
right.
days, we'll be drinking lots of juices and you'll be able to be with me nightly from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., where I'll be able to, we talk more, we dive deeper into different topics. We talk about fasting and the benefits of it. We talk about autophagy. We talk about, you know, how the body is creating stem cells when you go into that process. We talk about the many, many healing benefits of being juicing. And until you know what, you cannot put new wine in old wine skin. So people be like, why juice? Why do it? Because we're addicted to food. We're addicted to sugar, processed sugar. We are addicted. And until we stop being in denial and come to the fact that we are addicted and we need to break loose. When you juice, what it does is it gives your body time to rest from all that digestion on your putting away all those foods that are tempting in a sense. Because if a lot of people, they won't know their strength, that they have that discipline in them until they decide to fast. And it's when they
Right.
make up that commitment and say, look, I am putting me first. This is the only house that we have. We have one house. And until we take care of this house, I'm not talking about the physical house that you live in. A lot of people take care of their car more. They take care of their house more. And I'm talking about me. When I'm talking to myself. We put everything, we put everyone, everything else before us. Okay? And
Right.
then guess what? We have one go at it. And either you decide, a lot of people always say, and I like to use this analogy, oh, my great great grandmother ate smoke, ate poison, and she lived until 100. I'm telling you, when your great great grandmother lived, the air was cleaner, the food was more
Yep.
organic, they lived on the farm, they exercised more, they walked to and from more, they go up. This is a different, they weren't bombarded by the things that we are being bombarded. The air, the food, the stuff in the food. It's a different generation. So we can't
Oh
go
yeah.
back to and use that analogy. It does not work. And guess what? You may be blessed with that genetic and say yes, but guess what? And you may say, oh, so and so is 75. Maybe they could have lived to 100 had they taken better care of themselves. Maybe they could
Right.
have.
Yep. But yesterday's price ain't today's price, guys. So
Yes.
you put that trash into your body and you're gonna be paying that price for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. So
Yeah.
as you can see, guys, this is the value that you get inside of the Healthier Steps Challenge. And this is a monthly program that she has going. So
Mhm.
I advise and I encourage you all to take a look at it. I'm not able to put the link in the comments for some reason. So just look on the bottom of the screen, healthier steps challenge dot memberkitchens.com, and that's how you can join and get the information and see if it's for you. So
I dropped it there. Thank you.
oh, okay, thank you. Thank you. So yeah, so that's what's going on, family. Like I said, the juice challenge for this month starts December 15th through the 19th.
Yes.
So you have plenty of time to jump on board and start getting your health right now. Don't wait until the so-called new year. Start now. Start
Start
on
now.
start on December 15th. So and take control of your health, family. Now,
Yes.
I want you to go over for us, since we're going into the winter months. I noticed that you have two, well, you have way more than two, but the two recipes that I noticed on your site that jumped out to me, we'll go with the first one.
We see.
It's a recipe for a chickpea stew. So a lot of people in the winter months, they like to get their soup and things of that nature. So this is a real good healthy option that we're giving you guys. And explain the ingredients and for the chickpea stew if people are
Okay.
interested in making that.
Okay. So this recipe has been a viral recipe. It used to be number one for many, many years on Google. And that recipe is simple. You don't even have to use it olive oil, or you can just do water or vegetable broth. And you're literally going to just saute onions and garlic, red bell pepper with tomatoes, and you're going to add a carrot to it. And then you're adding your seasoning, your parsley, your basil, oregano, or you could just use Italian seasoning and tomato paste. And you're adding your chickpeas to that with some liquid, and you're going to season with some salt and I like cayenne pepper. And you're just going to cook down that stew. Like I said, this recipe has been a winner recipe. It's one of my top recipes for many, many years. It was actually number one for chickpea stew on Google. And so it's simple, it's easy, it's a favorite, and easy to make, not expensive to make. You can literally boil your own chickpeas. Takes about a little bit and over an hour, maybe an hour and a half. If you get dry chickpeas, wash them, soak them overnight, or put them in a crock pot with water and slow cook them, or you soak overnight and the next day you just boil for an hour and about an hour and a half, and then use that as a base. Very inexpensive. Can feed a whole family with a little chickpeas. And it's high in protein, high in fiber, and it's super delicious. So I hope you try it. Chickpea stew.
Oh yeah. Now tell me that don't look good, family. Man, I'm ready to go to King Supers right now and work on that recipe, man. I'm telling you. So uh great information right there. Great information. So let's
Thank you.
see. We're gonna go with one more that I noticed. It's the Jamaican steamed cabbage. That just sounds good. So how do we make that? How do we make the Jamaican steamed cabbage?
That one is also another easy recipe to make. I That one is a winner recipe as well. For me, I'm not even gonna have to look on the ingredients because I make that growing up from a child. That's so easy. You're just gonna get your onion, your garlic. I have thyme in it, red bell pepper. Simple. A lot of people who don't like cabbage, they find they love this dish. I shred my cabbage or just cut into thin slices with also carrots. You just shred your carrots, and literally it's like similar to like sauteing cabbage, like a fried cabbage. It will be similar, but you're just adding like Jamaican spices, like you're doing your thyme in it. That would be probably not as familiar with everyone cooking with thyme. And add some green onions. Very easy dish to make. You can also again cook with vegetable broth or a little oil, and it is a great side dish and absolutely good. Cabbage is great. It's healing on the digestive stomach. It's also cruciferous vegetables are great to prevent cancer. So it is amazing, good for stomach ulcers. And the carrots is good because it has beta carotene, good for the eye. Also bell pepper, very very delicious, great as a side dish. And for people who don't like cabbage again, that would be a recipe I highly recommend.
Lovely, lovely. So there you have it, guys. No more excuses. It's very affordable. And this is what you get. This is just a sneak peek inside of Michelle's membership program. So again, healthier steps challenge.memberskitchens.com. Go onto the website, check it out, and I'm almost sure you'll find value in that. All right, all right. So that
Thank
was just a
you.
little sneak peek. I'm telling you, man, Michelle is the truth, family. We only got so much time, so we can't go over everything all in one sitting. So I will definitely have you back if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
Now, I'm not gonna let you get out of here without giving us a book recommendation. Any book you want, whether it's health, whether it's finances, whether it's whatever it is, I want you to give us a book recommendation that can help the people.
I'm old school, so apart from the Bible, definitely the Bible, but I'm old school in terms of health. Go back to reading Back to Eden by Jethro Kloss. That's an old, I don't know, have you heard of that one?
I haven't. That's a little bit. That went over my head a little bit.
Back to Eden by Jethro Kloss. Yeah, that's Jethro Kloss.
Okay.
Yes, Back to
All right.
Eden. I'll find it and I could also drop it. Back to Eden. That's a great book. It has all about herbal remedies that you could include in your diet for healing. Yes. It okay. It's oh yeah. It's there. It's out there. Still out there. You can get it on Amazon by Jethro Kloss. Back to Eden. From everything you need to know about health, mind, and body, Jethro Kloss. That was one of
All
the earliest books that I read that inspired me. It was written in 1939.
all right, family. There you have it. So, again, I want to thank you for coming on to the show.
You're
And for
welcome.
those that are watching, I am your host, King Arthur. This is Agree to Disagree TV family, where I interview everyday heroes. We talk about everything under the sun: health, finances, politics, religions. Nothing is off guards. Everybody has a voice. Everybody has something to say. So if you're an everyday hero, please reach out to me. I would love to have you on the show and we can have a conversation. The floor is yours, Miss Michelle Blackwood. Anything you want to tell the people, any websites, social medias. We talked about your membership program. You got the 5-day juice challenge coming up December 15th through the 19th. So anything else you want to talk about, discuss, the floor is yours.
Okay, so thank you so much for hosting me, King Arthur, and thank you for this platform and many blessings on it. I just want to also invite you to join my Facebook group. It's called 5-Day Juice Challenge. In it, we share a lot. It's a community that we support each other. And we not only talk about juicing, we talk about everything else on health. So we bring in other things, detoxing, just basically any other thing about health is we're there to discuss. I would even say that my juicing program, while we're in it, sometimes we go a little deeper and there is a space. It's a space where we can share and we can be there to support each other. So I'm inviting you to join our group and to also once again join our next 5-day juice challenge. And it's again on December 15th through the 19th. And you can always reach me. You can inbox me on my Facebook, or you can reach me on healthiersteps@gmail.com, where we can talk more. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And I've been in this community, like I said, I've been plant-based for 27 years, and it's not about just talking. I've lived it. And until you get to really know me, you will get to see that this is not just all talk. This is something that I live, I practice, and I'm not perfect, but I'm always learning and growing. So that's it. Thank you so much again.
Give them the email one more time.
It's healthiersteps@gmail.com.
Michelle Blackwood, you are an everyday hero.
Oh, thank you. You too.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I'm going to have you back soon. Thank you guys for watching. Agree to Disagree TV. We out.
That's it. Love it. Thank you.